All right, we're going to get into the project for the Chapter 3 follow-up to our demo lesson, Adventia Biotech. Ooh, as an event coordinator of Adventia Biotech, you are drafting cover letter and information sheet about an upcoming biotechnology conference for your manager, Keisha Ballantine. All right, so just a reminder, uh, do the project first, work through the project, and if you get stuck, you can pull up this helps video. But again, I just want to warn you about just having this open on one screen and then working through the project on another. You are not going to get the benefit of the learning and kind of going through that struggle that you invariably go through when you try to figure things out. So again, the danger here is what I call spoon feeding, where well, I'm just going to watch Reardon and do the project right along with him. You will not get the educational benefit that you would otherwise if you attempted it first, then use this as a resource if you get stuck. All right, so that's just kind of a little warning here. What you need for this project, you will need, hopefully, you have the paper handout to work through the project. It's several pages with the examples. So we're going to do a multi-page report here. All right, that's the first thing you need. Secondly, there is a support file, a letterhead file that we're going to be pulling in here to our document. So make sure you have that. And of course, you need to be logged into SAM and get into Chapter 3 project. And just as a reminder, I know probably you get tired of hearing this, but I just want to reinforce again, I'm going to uncheck exams, uncheck training, go down and find my project. Like Reardon, you already did this before. I know, I just want to reinforce the saving of projects. Click on SC Project Word Chapter 3. All right, and again, you have to get 90% or better. It's a pass fail, and you have 5 grading attempts. Again, I'm going to remind you also about the instructions. Yes, you can download those from SAM, but I prefer that you use the ones that I might have modified, changed, adjusted, whatever, particularly if I've changed the way the assignment looks and feels. All right, so either use the ones from Google Classroom, use the ones from the shared folder if you have student access or you're at school. That's what I would be using. And here's the support file, which I also will have on the shared folder under Word Chapters, under Chapter 3, under Projects. Okay? So make sure you have your instructions and your support file. I'm going to come in here and download my project. And could you see it download there in the bottom left-hand corner? Yes. Okay. And I'm going to open that up like so. Pausing just for a second. All right, so here's my starting project. Now, a couple things to remember. Again, I'm just trying to give you some of your tools here. First of all, again, make sure you do a file save as soon as that's downloaded. Save that to your documents folder. Maybe you have a documents folder at home. If you're at school, obviously you'll have your student documents folder. Save it to your documents folder, not to your downloads. You'll be very sad if you don't get in the habit of doing this. And secondly, I'm going to just backspace out that 1, put it in that 2. That is the format I need to have that in to submit it for grading. Okay, we are good. And then, of course, make sure you have your marks turned on, your paragraph marks, show hide marks there, and view tab. Make sure your ruler is turned on, your horizontal and vertical rulers. Make sure you get in the habit of that. Okay. And I'm going to open up the resource file, that support file. I'm going to have to like get around here just a little bit here. Let's go open up that support file for Chapter 3, which is down here. Support Chapter 3 letterhead. It says to copy the picture. Copy the picture. Click on the picture and copy that. And by the way, I'm a little you can't quite see my workspace, but I'm just kind of going back and forth between my support file and my actual file. Okay. Paste the picture in the first blank paragraph, the top of the letter, while keeping source formatting to preserve the original design of the letterhead. So I would do a Control V to paste that in there. Okay. And it says to keep source formatting. That'd be the second item there. Didn't really appear to do anything, did it? But that looks fine. Okay. In the blank paragraph below the letterhead picture, insert the current date using the May 5th, 2021 format. So insert, and over here is your date. Again, if I go too fast, slow me down, whatever. It says using the May 5th, that's ironic, it's the May 5th, 2021 format. Well, today is May 5th, 2020. And by the way, another disclaimer is I am using Word 2016, which should be almost identical to your Word 2019. So again, the full month spelled out, the day, and the 4-digit year. Okay, and we are not going to do that to update automatically. Drop in that date. Let's see. Format the picture of the Advantia Biotech logo. That's on page 2, right here. So we're going to do some picture corrections here. Now I notice I click on the picture and it takes me to the Picture Tools Format tab. Rotate the picture to the left 90 degrees so that the logo text is horizontal. Because right now it looks really weird and it's on its side. So I'm going to come over here. I'm on my Picture Tools Format tab. Over to the Arrange group. I'm going to select that Rotate Objects and I'm going to rotate it to the left 90 degrees. So now it is upright. Change the position of the picture to position in top right with square text wrapping. So I'm going to click on my layout options. Okay. Position, I didn't see what I was looking for there. Position in top right, or I'd be over here. Position in top right with square text wrapping. So I had to go to my positioning options. I was looking at layout options and obviously that wasn't the place. So my position tab up on my ribbon and the Picture Tools Format tab will give me that wrapping that I need. I'm going to close out this layout options here. Use the Format Painter. I'm on to number 4 here. Use the Format Painter to copy the formatting from the paragraph 7th Annual Conference to the paragraph hosted by Advantia Biotech to draw attention. Okay, 7th Annual Conference. So I can select that text there. And I don't have to select necessarily the whole thing. All right. So that's not really important. Maybe I just will anyway though. Okay. And I'm going to use my Format Painter. I'm going to just double click on back on the Home tab here. Double click up here on the Format Painter. And again, I bring my mouse pointer down and there's that little paintbrush following my mouse pointer. I'm going to left click and hold and drag through hosted by Advantia Biotech. Okay. Select the text in the paragraph May 10 through 12. And I didn't see that text, did you? I think I missed that. Had to get reoriented here. Here's my text. By the way, I should have either clicked on the Format Painter, hit Escape, and just click on that again to deactivate that. Okay, and looks like it's not deactivated. Let's try that again. There, it's deactivated. All right, it's no longer highlighted. So here's my text down here, and we haven't really worked with bullets before here. So here we go. At least not much. It says click, insert the bullet, select the text, insert bullet in paragraph May 10 through 12 from the symbol gallery. So I'm going to highlight that text, insert bullet. Highlight the text, insert bullet like so. Without the space, can I do that? There we go. Highlight that text, insert bullet. And again, in Word, if you highlight something and then drop in something over the top, it will separate those and actually replace that. I should say it will replace the text that is selected. I'll get my words out here. Insert symbol. Now it says it's, I'm going to go down here to insert symbol, more symbols. Okay. And it's looking for symbol 183, excuse me. Okay, so this can be very confusing. It says from the symbol gallery, symbol 183. And by the way, there's a code, a series of codes they're applied to various characters in Word that are beyond what you can type on the keyboard. So on the drop down arrow here for my font type, I'm going to go down and find symbol. Symbol. There you go. All right. And we're looking for character code or symbol 183. So I'm going to come down here where it says 32, type in 183, and there is the separator that I'm going to drop in as my symbol. I'm going to just click on. Once it's selected, I can click on Insert and Close, and it just replaced that. Well, it kind of replaced that text. I think I just need a space. Let's do a little editing here. I just need a space before and after the symbol to separate it as designated on my assignment. Okay, so there you go. That looks good. And that's the end of the first page of instructions. On to page 2, number 6. Change the font size of the paragraph conference highlights. That's this whole thing here to 16 point. So I'm again left click over here, just getting the habit of if you want to select an entire row in Word, put your mouse pointer off to the left. I'm going to change my font from 18 to 16. Excuse me, as instructed. Clear the formatting from the paragraph, the innovations in biotechnology. That would be up here. I'm just going to left click and hold, select the entire paragraph. Because I've got all kinds of, it looks like multiple, not just the colored formatting and the italics, but it says the distracting formats. Looks like I have about 4 different formats going on there. Let me select that again to get a good view. I'm trying to get my mini toolbar out of the way. It doesn't seem to be cooperating. Here, let's just get rid of that. There we go. All right. And I've got this text here. I've got some text over here. Here's a different text as well. And here's where I can always tell as a teacher when students have been copying and pasting stuff in a research paper. They end up copying and pasting directly from the internet to their paper. They don't put any parenthetical reference. They don't cite their sources. And then they wonder how in the world I knew that they were copying and pasting because they didn't bother to change their formats. All right. So on my home tab with that text selected, I am going to come up here to my clear all formatting and click. And that formatting is now consistent. All right. So here's our conference picture on to number 8. And we are going to format that picture. Let's scroll up here. All right. Picture Tools Format tab. And we're going to come over here to Corrections. And we are looking for brightness 40%. There's that. Contrast 20%. That was a good guess, by the way. Brightness plus 40, so I'm going to make it brighter and have the contrast a little more detailed. I'm going to click on plus 40 plus 20, as so. Okay. Then it says something about alt text. Ooh, interesting. All right. So I'm going to right click on that picture. All right. And format picture. And right here is the layout and properties. I had to kind of do a little bit of fishing there. All right. And what this means is this is what's going to appear when you drag your mouse pointer over the alt text. Okay. And we're going to put in people attending the 2020 conference. Make sure you spell it right. People attending the 2020 conference is my alt text. Okay. That's my title. It says alt text description to the people, to the picture. Now I'm trying to remember if that's either down here or down in my title. I don't remember, but I'm just going to put that in there. Okay. And what I'm going to do here, let's go back and look at that again. Let's make sure I didn't miss something. People attending the 2020 conference. Okay. There you go. I'm just going to call that one good. We'll see if I get it right later on. On to page 3. Add SmartArt as follows in the blank paragraph after the conference programs. That would be right here. Okay. And it's saying to drop in the insert and Smart Art from the Matrix section. The Matrix. Basic Matrix. There it is right there. Basic Matrix. I'm going to click and drop that in. Okay. In the upper left shape, I guess there's that guy. Type 1. And press enter. And then type testing as the track description. In the upper right shape, type 2, press enter, and put in material. In the lower left shape, type 3 and enter, and we're going to put in medical. And in the bottom right shape, 4 and enter, and energy. Okay. It says to change the colors. That'd be on my design tab. Change the colors. I'm on to number 10 here, by the way. Change the colors to gradient range accent 1. Okay, gradient range. Oh, I got it right there. Right there in the middle of my accent 1. Gradient range accent 1. Okay. Change the Smart Art style to subtle effect. There's subtle effect right there in my best match for document. I seem to be guessing pretty good here on that. Okay. All right, so there you got that guy there. Ooh, we're going to do a tab stop. Ooh, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Okay, so down here, we have this kind of scrunch. Yeah, we have this dot, 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 dot down here, the day, and then the day 3, and then the actual date. Up here, we don't have that. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and click on this day 1 and 2. And we really didn't get into tab stops at all when we were doing the demo lesson. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to go to my paragraph group. I'm going to go down to tabs down here. I should say my paragraph dialog box launcher. Paragraph group, paragraph dialog box launcher. I'm going to pull up tabs. Now, there's probably more than you need to know, but the reason we call them tabs is on the old typewriters, yes, yours truly had one of those. We would actually have metal tabs that we would click into place where you wanted the carriage, that big metal thing on top of the typewriter, to stop and catch on when you wanted to put a tab into your document. That's why we call them tabs. Now we have virtual tabs. I feel like I've come full circle here. It says to set a tab stop at 6 inches. 6 inches. There's 6 right there. With the right alignment. And what that means is that the text is going to butt up or push up against the tab. Actually, it's going to push up against the left part of the tab. If it's a right aligned tab, the text is going to push up against a right aligned tab. The text is going to be to the left of the tab. I know that's kind of backwards thinking, but that's kind of how I think through tabs. All right. And it says to put in a dot leader. And that means that between the two different pieces of text, it's going to fill in. The dot leader means it's going to fill in with that particular character, which in this case is a dot. So 6 inches. Don't worry about defaults over here. A right aligned and a dot leader of 2. And we're going to hit set. You can see it sets up here, 6 inches, and OK. And because there was a tab here, see a little arrow right here? That means that somebody hit the tab. It has expanded that. And see over here at 6 inches on my ruler, that backwards L, that means it is a right tab. That means I set that at 6 inches. It's a right tab. And this text, May 10th and 11th, is pushing up against the left side of the right tab. Again, when we say right tab, that's what the text is aligning on. It's lining up, pushing up against the tab, and then the text is aligned right. Again, I tried to explain that. Hopefully that was helpful. Complete the table for days 1 and 2. All right. Insert a row at the end of the table. Okay, so I'm going to come down here to biosensors and biomarkers. Come up here to my layout tab and do insert below. I'm going to add a row after, row at the end of the table. Okay. In the new row, enter the data, which is just simply energy research, the tab key, and 4, track 4. All right. So we did that. We inserted a row. That was number 12, by the way. In the new row, enter the data shown. Okay. On to 13. And it says on page 4. Again, if you're not sure what page you're on, bottom left-hand corner, page 3 of 4. That's what we're on. Scroll down. And now we're on page 4. Add a border to the heading paragraph, Dallas City Attractions. Okay, so I'm going to select the text, Dallas City Attractions. All right. I'm going to come down here to my borders. And I'm going to say top border. Okay, now I'm going to come down here again. And let's see here. I want to change borders and shading. Let's come down here. See, there's my top border right there. Except it says it wants me to change the line style to dashed. That's going to be this third guy here. All right. It says to change the color to turquoise accent 1. Is that it? No. Turquoise accent 1. There you go. And darker 25%. That's that color right there. It says to change my weight to 1.5 points. All right. And I think what I'm going to have to do is to put a top border with these attributes in here. I'm going to come over here and click on that top border diagram to apply the top border to my text. See, now I've got a dashed border with that color, with that weight. Okay, so I overrode the first one that I tried. And again, this is a paragraph border. It's going to be on top of the text. Click OK. And there you have that border up there. Format the Dallas picture. Here comes the Dallas picture. We're going to select it. And as you can see, Dallas is backwards. So Picture Tools Format tab. Over here again to my Rotate Objects. And I want to flip horizontal so Dallas is upright. Yes. Change the text wrapping. So I'm going to come up here to Wrap Text. I'm going to say Tight. Which again changes the way the text interacts with the graphic. And then it says recolor the picture. So I'm going to come over here to color. And we're going to do turquoise accent 1. Where's that at? Turquoise accent color 1 light. Turquoise accent color 1 light. That's down here. I'm going to select that. Very nice. In the blank paragraph in the Dallas City Attractions section, that'd be down here, insert a table as follows. So my insertion point comes down here. I'm going to say insert. By the way, I'm on number 15. Insert table. Insert a table with 2 columns and 4 rows. So it's a 2x4 table. Okay. Add text to the table as follows. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. Well, you know, you can just watch me enter stuff in here. District to do. And downtown. Again, if this is too fast for you, which it probably is, then you can stop me. You can come back and watch later. You're just gonna watch me type this because you're a captive audience, and I can do that because this is essentially a live video. And I'm not going to go back and edit it. No, I'm not. Okay. So there's my text. My 4 things from that figure 2 table on my instructions. I filled in the table. Okay. Put the text in there, and it says format the Summit Abstracts shape in the for more information. That'd be down here. Summit Abstracts shape. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't ask me to format the table yet. Maybe that's going to come later. All right. But here we go. There's my Summit Abstract shape. Change the shape style. So I selected the shape, and here we come up here with Drawing Tools Format tab. It says to change the shape style to moderate effect, red. Where's that at? You're going to make me find it, aren't you? Subtle effect, moderate effect, red, accent 6. There you go. So you have to watch me kind of search for things. There's that. And let's see, shape effect. We're going to apply the tight reflection touching. Ooh, reflection. Slight reflection touching. Where's that at? Half reflection. And it's here somewhere. You think I'm going to get there? You think I'm going to get there? What do you think? I got tight reflection. And here's why I pause and go find it. Of course, it was the first one on the list, and I just didn't see it, and I was blind. Right? Reflection. And it's this guy down here, and it was tight reflection touching. That's the shape effect we put in there. That's a pretty cool graphic we have there now. Home stretch here. I'm on the last page of instructions, 17. Insert a shape as follows to complete the options available at the Avantia Biotech website. Okay, so we're going to insert a shape with rounded corners. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Rounded corners. Is that this guy? Where's that guy at? That's not it. Rounded same. Rounded corners. Rounded rectangle. Rounded corners. Okay. Hold the phone. I had to look to my hint there. I wasn't finding it. Rounded shape says Mac hint. Rounded rectangle. I think we're using rounded rectangle. I'm in Word 2016, so maybe it's different for 2019. I'm going to do rounded rectangle. Now I'm locked and loaded here. Come down here and click. It says to put that shape just to the right of my 3 current shapes. Okay. Now that isn't to scale yet, obviously. We're going to type in brochure as instructed there in letter B. Resize the shape to a height of 0.6 and a width of 1.1. I'm going to come up here to my size, go 0.6, a height of, 1.1. Okay. Position the shape using an absolute position. Ooh, fun. More layout options. I'm going to do an absolute position. This wasn't in my demo, was it? And it says 2.9 to the right of the column. Okay. And 0.03 absolute vertical position below the paragraph. It says 0.03 below the paragraph. I'm putting it in an exact spot on my document. 2.9 to the right of the column, 0.03 below the paragraph. Click OK. And you can see that is perfectly lined up. They must have known those numbers, didn't they? Okay. Use the format painter to apply the formatting of the registration shape. Ooh, interesting. To the new brochure shape. Okay. Man, I didn't know you could do format painting with graphics, but here we go. I'm going to select the registration shape. I'm going to click on the edge. It doesn't like that. Anyway, click on the edge, double click on my format painter, come down here and click on brochure, and ooh, it applies the same format. That is so cool. All right, so we have a little bit of consistency there. Add the text to the shape. Somehow that text isn't aligned the same way though, is it? That looks kind of weird. I'm going to hit escape here to turn off my format painter. And finally it says to do spelling and grammar, review, and spelling and grammar. What do we have? Advantia, we know that's a special company name. It's not in the word dictionary. That's okay. We're going to say ignore all. Technological. I think technological. So I'm going to select that and hit change because I didn't spell that right. Had fumble fingers on that one. And ta-da! My spelling and grammar check is complete. Sweet. Okay. And how did I do? Does my document look kind of like the diagram they have? And what I might do here is I might do a view and multiple pages. Get the big picture view. Okay. And that looks good. And that looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. This is a 4-page document. Holy schmoly. Look at that. Okay. Curious that I didn't see where On the table there on page 3, did I miss something with the table on page 3? Because I inserted a row, right? But I didn't change any formatting. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something on that particular instruction when I inserted the row and then I typed some stuff. Oh, apply the grid. Oh my goodness, I did mess. Let's go back here. Let's go back to 100%. It kind of helps to check your stuff, doesn't it? I didn't format this particular table. I'm going to select it. It says apply the grid for accent 1 table style. Ooh, okay. Grid accent 4. Grid table 4 accent 1. Grid table 4 accent 1. There, that's consistent with the rest of my document. Let's go back to view and multiple pages. See, I would have gotten nicked for that one. You guys would have been laughing at me. Didn't know what he's talking about. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, so last page, Dallas City attractions. There's my table, and here's a disclaimer here. I'm looking at this table and like they just left that the way it is. I would have formatted my table here. That looks very plain Jane, but I'm just going to go with it, and I'm going to hit save up here for my document, and let's turn it in and see how we did. Again, save to your documents folder. Save with a 2 on the end. Braden, you've already said that. I know I did. It gets annoying when students say, I can't find my file. I don't know where it is. You didn't save it. I was working on it. I didn't save it yesterday. No, you saved it to your downloads, then you worked on a different computer. That's what you did. I'm just going to double click. Get the check mark that it's loaded. All right, and submit. And again, always save before. This is kind of maybe a dumb thing to say, but always save before you turn it in so you have the most current version, obviously, that you're turning in. Okay. And also check the date. Check the date and time on the file you're attaching to your SAM assignment. Because what happens too is sometimes students will download a file and then they go to their downloads folder and it's the file that didn't have anything done to it. They get like a 0 on the assignment. Weird, and I turned it in, I got a 0. That's because you turned in the wrong file. Again, that's why you want to save the first time. Save it to your documents with a 2 on the end. Okay, let's see how we did with our project. We got a 93 out of 100. Why am I singing? I don't know. Must be all that coffee I had this morning. The filled circle symbol should be inserted where indicated so that the entire paragraph reads May 10 to 12, 2021. Isn't that like a space and then the symbol and then the space? Oh, okay. Let's go back and look at that. Let's go back to 100% here. Let's go back and look at my document here. Space, symbol, space. Space, symbol, space. Isn't that a space before Dallas and a space before the symbol? And isn't that what I have in my document? You know, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm really not. I don't know what I did wrong there, but it didn't like what I did. And I'm not going to try to figure it out right now. If you can figure it out, more power to you. The picture of the conference attendee should have the alt text description, people attending the 2020 conference. I think I told you while I was doing that it might nick me for that, which it did. Can we do alt text up here on our... No. Okay, I'm just going to come up here and say right click, format picture, and I'm going to go back here to my alt text. And apparently they want that down in the description of my stuff. That's going to give me 2 more points. All right, and close. Apparently I don't have to put a title in there. It didn't ask me for a title. Did it? Okay, let me just go back there and check that one more time. I seem to be struggling with this one. There's people attending the 2020 conference. I'm going to call that good, and I'm going to call this project good. any that correction. I don't know why the bullet wasn't correct, but we're going to just say I got a 95%, move on with life, because I could spend the next 20 minutes doing that. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Goodbye.